see if we can get if we can play the way we did in the first half, but do it throughout the full game. It's very hard to do it, and I appreciate it's very hard to keep up that tempo. But do you think Celtic are capable of keeping up that tempo in a game like that?
I think they are, John. I think they've had a good rest. I think it's a great time for the new signings to come in. They've had a bit of time, 2 or 3 weeks to bed in, to get some work done on the training ground. And last night, everybody was just like, it was flying out of the traps. It was just like, bang, go. And it was just started and it was electric and everybody was flying. Everybody looked fit and fresh. And it was fantastic. I said it's the best I've seen Celtic play all season in that first 45 minutes. The atmosphere was great. The crowd were all behind. It was really united. It was a wonderful atmosphere there. And that's momentum now. There's no point playing like that against Hibs and then going to Hearts next week and not performing, because there's no point beating Rangers on the 2nd of February and then losing to Rangers in the next game at Ibrox. Because at this moment in time, John, Rangers are still in the best position. They have still got the lead. And Lubo's right, and I said it earlier on, for us to go and win the league, we have to beat Rangers. It's pretty simple. They've had a bounce under Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. They're still to lose under their new manager. So the only way that we're going to do this is by, yes, we've added to the team. We're playing fantastically well, but we've not beaten Rangers since the Cup final. When what's it called?
In the League Cup
Fraser
final,
Forster saved a penalty from Morelos.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I think that was the last time. It's just incredible to think it's been almost 2 years, is it, or more than 2 years? Yeah. So everybody knows that. Yeah. That's the key to being successful this year. If we can beat Rangers, then we'll have a big chance of winning the league. But that's the key for me.
Craig, it's going to be some game, but I mean every single one. So we said last night with Barry and Davy Provan, Celtic can't afford to drop any points, so they won in style last night.
Yep.
But they still can't afford to lose. It's still too early to say. I was going to say for Rangers, a draw at Celtic might not be a bad result.
Yeah, well, again, it just depends on the games leading in that we've touched on. Sure. I mean, we are talking about the Old Firm game. There's still 3 games, obviously, before then. Rangers have got a tough one tonight. Celtic got off to the best possible start for the second half of the season, in terms of the Japanese players. Maeda gets his goal after 3 minutes, gives the place a huge lift, a huge momentum. Now it's up to Rangers to go and to try and do the business away to Aberdeen. I think the run into the Old Firm game for Rangers is slightly easier than what it is for Celtic. And sure, I mean, the mindset in terms of the couple of years that maybe Celtic haven't got a result against Rangers, that's certainly something that is in the favour of Rangers in terms of that mindset. It just
goes to show as well, Craig, how far that Celtic have come this season from losing the league by 25 points. Didn't have a manager for long parts of the summer. Eddie Howe sort of turned his back on Celtic. Didn't want.
We don't mention Eddie Howe anymore.
We turned his back on the job. He's doing a great job at Newcastle, by the way, isn't he? But that's another thing. But then you got Andrew who took over. I don't think Eddie Howe's the right man there. That's another conversation. No. But you look at the signings that he's made, and we said at the start of the season, lots of people. Now there's a belief now, John. You know what I mean? There's a real belief now that Celtic can actually win the league. Whereas at the start of the season, you're thinking, we need players. We need 10 players. There's a big shift. Players will leave. We need to bring players in. And look what he's achieved. Look at the way that he's playing. Look at the way he's got Celtic playing. Look at the way what he's getting out of Rogic. Look at the signings that he's made, the impact that they're making. Abada's been outstanding. Kyogo, so the manager again, he deserves an enormous amount of credit just to get Celtic where they are right now. Now I know Celtic fans want to win the league. Of course they do now. But look at the far. Andrew's only been at the club for 7 months. Yep. It's incredible.
Yeah. No, Paul. I totally agree in terms of, I don't think anybody could have expected the impact that Ange Postecoglou has made at Celtic Football Club and the speed of that impact, because the amount of players that he's brought, you're talking 13, 15 players. To gel those players together, to see a clear brand, style of football, and still be in the title race, for me is a phenomenal job. The second half of the season is going to be really exciting. The trend of Ange Postecoglou, let me tell you, listeners, is he normally goes into a club, sets a style of football, sets a brand. He's hit the crossbar the first season and he's gone on and won the second season. So that happened. That happened in Japan. It also happened in Australia. There is a trend, but he's well ahead of schedule. So Celtic supporters.
Trends can fluctuate.
Oh, I'm loving it here. So the Rangers star is saying the trend is you'll hit the crossbar. You get John Hartson.
I've
there.
already said on air, and I'll say again, Rangers are the team to beat. Rangers are the ones that are flying at the minute. They're unbeaten under the new manager. They're playing well from having a few, iffy performances before Steven Gerrard left the club. But now they seem to have found their form. There's a good spirit there. So I've said it and I'll say it again. Celtic are going to have to turn Rangers over to win this league.
Tell Alexa to launch Go Radio or listen on the Go Radio app.